That blue car there just completely ran that red light. Hi, I'm Patrick, and in this video I'm here in Kiruna, where I am in an underground facility in Nordic Horizons. My first time coming to an underground facility here in ETS2, and I have a JCB implement that is headed down to Tornillo. So let's get started. And I'm noticing that I'm going to have to stop along the way for some fuel, so I've actually gone ahead and set GPS to take me to a fuel location here in this city. Now, last time I made a video inside a cave, I did get lost, but the cave system here doesn't seem that difficult to maneuver. It's pretty much a straight line you can follow on the GPS. There is traffic inside the caves here, which there isn't so much traffic in the caves in Missouri. So every now and then you have to watch out for a pickup truck coming through. And the speed limit is X'd out, so you can't really tell what the speed limit is supposed to be. So I'm trying to keep it around 30 kilometers per hour. And this should be the exit from the tunnel. And it is. And there's an interesting lighting effect when you go into and out of the tunnel. Excuse me? Well, AI drivers being AI drivers. Yeah, sure, go ahead. I'll call your company about your insurance information later. While I'm stopped here at the gate, I'm going to check for damage. 2% on the truck, nothing on the trailer or the cargo, so of course he was careful not to harm the company property. There's a train, an electric train too. wonder if there's a setting so you can change how far the steering wheel has to turn before it automatically turns off the turn indicator. Because I've noticed here in ETS2 you have to turn the wheel pretty far to the side to be able to activate the automatic turn signal switch off. And here is the fuel station. And as I'm fueling up, I noticed that it's also a rest area over there. And my truck does hold quite a bit of fuel. I've got the largest fuel tank capacity that I was able to get. So it's all filled up, so time to keep on moving. And we do have a photo opportunity right here to the left, so when I get a little further on, I will be stopping for a screenshot. I probably should have stopped sooner because you couldn't really see the city hall. Oh well. And it's time for my usual reminder that I have no idea how to use a roundabout. And at over 350 kilometers, this is one of the longer jobs I've taken here so far in Nordic Horizons, but this is the first job going into Finland. I've now completed, oh, this truck is pulling out in front of me. I've completed all the jobs in Norway first, and just finished Sweden last night, so I wanted to once again record the first job going into Finland. If you notice something different about the digital dashboard and GPS display, I am using a mod. It is right now one of the most popular mods showing up on Steam Workshop for ETS2. It's the improved Smart Dash. I'll put the name on the screen if I can remember. But it helps with seeing what the speed limit is by putting it on the GPS, which is where usually you look for it. But it also, the cruise control speed is a little bit larger and makes it a little easier to read. And it also, you can see it flashing red. It shows the sensor warnings on the screen. And I am really speeding now. In general, I've been trying to stay about 5 kilometers per hour above the speed limit, which is usually less than 10% over. It's not because I'm necessarily in a rush, it's just mostly because I think these speed limits are a little slow. But now I'm behind a truck. I'm actually going to pass. Was this a smart idea? Maybe, maybe not. Well, I made it, so I guess it worked. And of course, all that speeding and passing just to get here and have to stop to turn anyway. And I'm still on the lookout for maybe hidden roads. I don't think this would... Oh, no, X's. And I still haven't found any. I know they're here. I know they exist. I just haven't seen any yet. Sometimes they're hidden around rest areas like that right there. Thought we were going to have a slower speed limit, but it didn't slow down. In fact, stayed 80, so back up to speed, I guess. But there's a fuel station coming up. That means there may be a settlement up here. And that usually does mean slower speeds, like right here. It's a good thing I was ready. Oh, all the way down to 40. Every time I see a gravel or dirt road, I have to look and see if there's X's beside it. There's no telling how many hidden roads I've passed and just didn't notice it. There's nice details like stumps and rocks out there in the woods. Thought the speed limit was going to go down because we'll be turning up here, but it actually went up to 100. Looks like we're in the town of Pella, maybe? There are so many rivers and lakes and other water bodies spread around this region, and now the speed limit is 30, which I think is like 19 miles an hour. I wonder if that's a future bus station. Somehow my high beams got turned on. That's a side effect of using my very old generic PS3 controller as a turn signal and high beam light switch as I am speeding again, slowing down to 50. You know, just want to say 50 kph seems very slow for this road. And I'm noticing on GPS it looks like there's a photo opportunity coming up on the right. But right now I'm not sure I'm ever going to get that. Oh, it went up to 80. Shouldn't have been looking at the giant display screen. I should have been watching the road. But also I'm looking at the lake over there. And there's a rest area beside the lake. Apparently that was the Turtleon Church. I'm guessing that may be how you pronounce it. As always, the second part of the title of all of my videos is how to offend the locals by mispronouncing their hometown's name. The speed goes up, the speed goes down. Speed goes back up, speed goes, no, stayed up. I've noticed a lot of pickup trucks with the campers in the bed. I wonder if that's a popular thing up in Scandinavia. Kind of having to slow down around these curves here. And the speed limit never changes. There's a person on a bicycle. The speed limit never changes where you expect it to. Like right here, I would expect it to be 60 kilometers per hour, but it's still 80. And then way back there where it was 30, I would have expected that to be 80. And here we are in Tornillo. I've finally discovered it. And we have an AI traffic pileup up ahead. And I am having to get over the right lane. There goes another freight train. And my truck is beeping at me, warning that there's a guardrail to the side. Can I make this? I think I'm... Oh yeah. I may have slightly rubbed the trailer against that guardrail. I'm sure the guardrail is still perfectly safe because it was well designed and installed thoroughly and properly. That blue car there just completely ran that red light. The speed limit goes back to 100 here. And 120. Wow. Of course, the I think it's European speed limit for semi trucks is 80 kph. Here's a question: those yield signs are yellow. Are they still yield signs, or does that mean something other than yield? Because in America, the yield sign is red and white. But I'm noticing that a lot of the signs are yellow and red around here. Could I look up what the European signs mean? Yes. Have I looked up what the European signs mean? Yes. Do I remember? No. And the turn signal stayed on again. But here we are at the mine, and I'm going to see where to park. Okay, that's not too bad. I've done parking in these spots several times on 2 continents because SCS did reuse this layout for locations in ATS and ETS2. That's not to say that the mine is the same, because it is probably more unique, but the layout itself is what is reused. Alright, let's see if I can back in. Those steering axles are doing the job. Alright, well, that was actually a pretty easy job. So, let's see what we get. Alright, so I got 5,400 euros for 376 kilometers. Seems like a low amount of pay, but here we are. Welcome to Finland, and thanks for watching, and have a nice day.